Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 82 of the A-Listers. Big up to all of you guys. We're here. It's very important for us to cook today. Nottingham Forest have beaten Tottenham Hotspur just before this game. You get me? So we're going to be talking about that. The top four race is heating up, ladies and gentlemen. Villa, Chelsea, who won. Pedro Neto with the winner. Arsenal won, but they're still going to give us a guard of honor, so it doesn't matter. Because we are officially one win away. But I will be supporting Arsenal this Wednesday. I'm making this announcement on the A-Listers. I will be supporting Arsenal this Wednesday because I don't want us to win the league Wednesday. I want us to win the league on Ainge Postecoglou's head top. That little fraud. Big up to every single one of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Big up to all of you guys. Please like the video. Please subscribe. And we are here first and foremost with the biggest troublemaker in the Arsenal fan base. Been doing the rounds all over YouTube, just giving everyone L's after the Madrid game. And listen, if I was in his place, I'd do the same exact thing. Man, like Egal is in the building. How you doing, Egal, mate?
I'm doing good. I was just watching Den of Thieves the second, and that's kind of how I feel about Liverpool this season. They stole what we deserve, but fair enough.
Again, Egal.
Egal,
you've already admitted.
I have to take my digs wherever I can.
That Liverpool deserve it, and you just give yourself excuses. Don't make me play it again. Khalas, you've already admitted.
Hey, I didn't say anything about excuses.
Do you know that Liverpool at this point in time of the season has more points than the last 4 Premier League champions? Are you aware of this?
No, I'm not. Thank you for
telling
me.
Now you've been made aware. We have more points than all.
Also, if we win the Champions League, Liverpool's league title will be an afterthought.
If you win the Champions League, I will say the only reason you won it is injuries. You either tell me you deserve it, and I tell you you deserve it, or we both play this game. So choose your battle, mate.
Hey,
that's all I'm saying. And you know, it's not even a shameless thing. You know that I will legitimately I will go to every single game that you played in the Champions League and tell you who was injured from the opposition.
Hey, if, if we beat PSG that you couldn't beat, funny conversations.
How is that a funny conversation? We beat Everton that you couldn't beat. We beat Newcastle that you couldn't beat. Shall I tell you all the teams we beat that you couldn't? Or we beat West Ham that
we can have a funny conversation.
We beat West Ham 5-1 away from home. They beat you 1-0 at home, bro.
You know what? We could literally have a show just me and you talking about this for like hours.
Oh, hell yeah, we could have a show just me and you. Hell yeah, we already know that.
And you know what? I hope you cooked Hamza after Arsenal beat Real Madrid, because the stuff that he was doing, I had to bring him on my show and show him.
I deflected. You know, I'm very good at deflecting. I deflected the shit out of the streams after because I just
because bro, the man went out of his way to go up to a police officer and say Arsenal's about to get beat by Real Madrid. You have to arrest them. And then what happens? We end up going and beating them. Honestly,
yeah, you did. You definitely did.
Did you see the video of Hamza getting dancing?
Yeah, I've seen so many videos of Hamza, bro. The guy's been viral lately.
Oh my god, hilarious.
Joining us next on the channel, he got a win today against Spurs, so he's back in the top 5 race. I saw him sweating on Forest Fan TV at the end there.
Yeah, I seen that.
And he's a surprise guest for today's A-Listers. Wolfie is in the building. Oh, how are you, brother?
It's more like,
bro, look at the shirt. Look at the shirt, man.
The shirt tells you all you need to know about how just tired he is of this whole thing.
The chest is out, man. The chest is out, man.
That's not even a V-neck.
Huh?
Come on, man. I said the chest.
It's not even what?
I'm so tired.
That's not even a V-neck, and it's so stretched.
I said the chest is out.
This, man. It's like take it to the corner flag, man. What were they doing? Yeah,
I almost ripped the shirt. Yo, man.
I am drained, man.
Wolfie, at least now we know Chelsea. It's gonna go down to the final day. You and Chelsea. Imagine that final game of the season.
Day, go, man. Like, what are you saying?
Imagine if it goes down to the final day, you have to play Chelsea at your ground for the.
That's advantage for us because it's at their own backyard.
Man. Tell me the
Speaking of Chelsea, next man on the show, Pedro Neto, gave him a winner. He was actually at the stadium as well, but he is now, because of this result, I believe, back in 6th. Yep, he's back in 6th. Right. So joining us on the channel, man like Lewis. Lewis, can you switch on your camera?
He can't. He's
Tyreek George, running down the wing, in a Chelsea sing, Chelsea's going to Rocklaw. It's great to be back, people. Big up, everybody. Up the Chelsea. Up the Chelsea.
Chelsea's going to Rocklaw.
I'm throwing it because I'm dead right now. But yeah, big up, everyone. Great to be back on the show. Up the Chelsea.
Big up.
Lewis, are you dressed or are you just like topless? What's going on?
I don't know. We're good.
We're just checking, bro.
Tyreek Helme.
I knew as soon as I saw Tyreek George, he's gonna do that on purpose. I genuinely
Tyreek Helme. It's Tyreek Helme.
I genuinely believe no one knows Lewis as much as me. Like I just know all his tricks. I just know the way he acts on stream, bro.
You've been doing this for too long at this point.
Too long, man. I think the back again, the A-listers, everything we've done together. I just know you read you like a book now at this point. So
shame comes last.
What did you
You're
say?
On mute, Egal.
It's funny how Lewis is always like up and down so much.
He is.
Yeah, that's like his club. What do you want him to do? Like, do you want him like to be miserable because he won a game?
All I keep saying is W's are all that I need. You give me victories. I was ready to write the season off at 70 minutes.
Last week, I lost all hope. Last week, I lost all hope.
Yeah.
You know what,
who wouldn't lose hope after failing to beat Ipswich twice?
I can't lie. After Ipswich did the double over you, I would lose hope too.
Like, win some games. We won a game. Cool. We've got life. My head's above water. Nice. We go to the next week.
Scumbag win yesterday.
Papers over cracks.
It was just great to like witness it. Limbs were fucking unreal, man. Unreal. But it doesn't change nothing. Go win another game. See who drops points. Keep things going. At least I can say that. I could have been walking here and saying our season's done. If it was 1-0,
did you see how they celebrated?
It's over. It's finished.
Bro, you know you're going to drop points now to Everton. The yo-yo.
No, I don't.
The yo-yo continues.
We'll speak about that in a bit. Let me bring out the rest of the people.
We've been yo-yoing.
Yeah, let me just bring out the rest of the people. Anyway, the most shameless person in Canada. That's saying a lot because Egal exists. You know, he's parked all his moose outside the house, and he's done drinking the bottle of poutine. Man like Vator is in the building. Drink Vator.
What it do? How you doing? Thanks for that intro. My moose is tied up, secure. It's the best way to get around. I don't have to pay for electricity to charge up my car. I don't got to pay for gas. Listen, what do you got? What do you got tied up outside your place, Hussam?
Camel.
I can't say it.
Actually, there are the place where
I can say it. He's got a camel tied up.
I wish, bro. People mock the camel.
Oh no, £10,000 for my camel, huh?
You have a donkey.
Bro, guys, let me tell you something.
You have a donkey.
You guys are mocking the camel thing. I genuinely wish I had a camel. A camel is like £10,000, bro. You guys,
what did I say? He'd say,
bro, camel traders are like, do you understand? Like, they're actual millionaires. Like, people laugh, haha, camels. I fucking wish I was a camel trader. I'd be swimming in money right now, bro. But the camels, I'm in the north of Jordan. The camels are in the south, near the desert areas. My area is more mountains, blah blah blah. So it's like more like sheep, goats, agriculture, you know. So I genuinely, living in this city now for 10 years, I have not seen a single camel.
Have you got fiber internet yet? Are you still on dial-up?
That's crazy because I lag out less than you do. Joining us next on the channel, you get me. Today, lost to Nottingham Forest. Hi, Jacob.
Shawshank, man.
How are you, Jacob? You good?
I'm here, Jacob.
I've been a Spurs fan for 20 long years, seen my share of triumphs and buckets of tears. But this year's taking it one step too far. I'm wondering if we'll ever win another spar. Hey, hey, what's going on? Can't seem to win a game, not a single one. Manager and we need a new plan. Gotta get back on track like only Spurs can.
Hi, Jacob.
Hey, all right, I figured out the mute button.
Wow.
How we doing?
Wow.
Love you, Jacob. Love you. And last but not least, man like Shik is in the building. How doing, Shik?
Oh, there's someone getting introduced after me. That's crazy.
You lost 2 on a Tom to Forest. This guy just had the Wolves do the double over him. They're 17th, so it's way worse. Hi, Shik.
Hi, everyone. Big up to everyone. Like as always, I'm just here so I don't get fined. That's really...
There's a kid named Garnett, show down the lane, with a talent that's far from plain. Better dribbling than Messi, it's true, and a haircut just like grannies do. He's our new Ronaldo, hear the crowd roar. He'll win the Ballon d'Or and much more. Better shot than Roberto, foot like a hammer, faster than a dammer, stronger than a jammer.
Hi, Shik.
Hi, Jacob. Just release an album at this point.
Do you like that?
Oh,
he has
I hate that I actually cut my hair short.
First of all,
those are tunes, man.
First of all, why was Jacob's photo there?
Jacob dedicated a song to Garnacho.
Yo, Jacob, send me the playlist, man.
You know how I know that's fake? I would never say stronger than a Dama. Because if you know me, you know I've got nothing but admiration for the beast.
Can you send me the playlist?
There's a song as well. There's a Palmer song. There's many songs. I told Val to edit the Palmer song though, because I don't like it. It needs to be a bit more insulting. The Rice song is quite nice though.
Jacob's a hit maker.
I can't believe that.
What, he made it
you know, jeez, man.
For the record, I made 0 of these. They just used my face, and they're making profits off my name.
Oh, here you go. Making profits off my name.
You know what?
You signed the wrong contract, man.
I didn't sign anything. That's the craziest part. Nothing was presented. There was no mistakes on my end. It was just
since the Jacob songs have come up, I've seen Hussam subs go like that. I think he's at 50.
He didn't hit 50 until the song started dropping, and then the 50 just rolled around to A.
Yo, Hussam, congratulations.
Man. Shout out to you.
I think
big up 50K, bro.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. I think you just need to release a short of Jacob songs.
I can release all of them actually. So.
Man, it's rain. Need a new plan.
Until we find out that it's actually Hussam who's like making all this, like all these songs.
No, I actually don't even know how to use Microsoft Paint, so it's not even me. But
honestly, it's amazing.
I am not tech savvy.
Wait, Egal, did you say honestly it's me?
No, it's amazing. I said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's well. You know, I pay people. I'm not tech savvy, but people who work for me are tech savvy. Big up to all of them. Anyway, big up to everyone locked in. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Egal Talks Football, Forest Fan TV, Vator Games, Carefree Lewis G, United Spurs of America, and Shik TV, all in the description. Please go give them all a subscribe. There's already 400 people in here. We appreciate everyone that's locked in right now. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And just as a treat for everyone that's tuned in, if we get to 200 likes, I'll play the Rice song. So the Jacob Rice song will be played. Chat.
Wait, you're not doing a 50K giveaway with all your
oil money? Starting off with
where's the respect to your chat, man?
Wolfie, the way he just bypassed that says, don't put ideas into my subscribers' heads.
Like he's got all his oil money, his camels, and everything, man, and he can't even do a nice little give, maybe a shirt or something for your subscribers, bro.
I'm gonna call your workplace and say you're racist to Arabs. I'm gonna say you call me a camel riding Arab terrorist if you bring that up. Anyway, back to the topic, guys.
So sidestepped again, Jacob. He sidestepped again.
I invite you here to talk about my fucking giveaway.
You're gonna do well in Fort Worth when you come visit Hussam, because they got two-stepping out here at these country bars. You do all right with the way you sidestep.
Okay, Wolfie, talk to me about Spurs Forest. Let me rest, brother.
I mean, if you're ever in trouble, if you ever need a victory, Dr. Spurs is always the number you want to call, man. Forest going through a ropey 2 games, man. And Spurs is the next name on that fixture list. And you just look at it and you just 3-point lane, man. 3-point lane. And especially when you're playing against Nuno's tactics. If Nuno was given an option of which team he could play 38 times in a season, he'd say Spurs. Spurs. This man doesn't learn. This Ange freak, man, he doesn't learn.
Did Nuno make you proud?
Did Nuno make me proud? He got me 3 points. In fact, you gave me 6 points this season. I'm 3rd in the league. You want to know a funny stat, Jacob?
What,
You've
did you never
lost.
done the double on Tottenham, something like that?
You've lost. No, we've done it better, man. Don't forget, we've been in the Premier League long time ago. But you have lost as many games as I have won this season.
Hell yeah.
Let that sink in. Let that sink in. That's crazy. 18 now. 18. Forget the race to 40 points, man. You guys are on a race to 20 losses.
That's half the season now, right?
Oh, that's embarrassing. Have you lost more than 50% of your games now?
Yeah.
What's the maths on this?
That must be it.
Yeah, we have.
He's not fazed by it.
They've
Think
won
about it.
11 games and lost 18
Bro,
games
Tottenham
and drawn
losing is
4
not
and played
We're
30.
their
life.
straight.
Like, I
Don't worry,
know
Jacob.
that.
We're with you, man. Don't worry.
Yeah, Jacob's built. He's built for this.
Bro,
Actually,
like,
Daniel's
can I
right. They
just,
need one more. They need one more.
Speaking of crazy stats, can I give you just one quick crazy stat?
Oh shit, Hassam, you're gonna be the 50%.
If you win.
Stat, guys. You'll never believe this. Hear this out. Here's a stat. If Liverpool hadn't kicked another ball after beating Spurs 6-3 on December 22nd, they would still have more points than Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur. That win in London was 4 months and 15 games ago. So if I just had no team to watch for the last 4 months, I would still have more points than that.
Sam, I can say that from January. If I hadn't kicked the ball, man, they still wouldn't have caught me. It's ridiculously
It
embarrassing.
actually is ridiculous, though. It actually is ridiculous.
It's
I agree with you.
embarrassing, man. You know what? You know what makes me laugh is all that matters for Spurs this season is this Europa League.
Mhm.
And he still was stupid enough to put Van de Ven on the pitch for 45 minutes, man. Like, I don't wish injury on anyone, but if he had gone off injured, could you imagine the meltdown in that Spurs fan base? If he got off injured in a game where it would have been better for Spurs just to say, let's not play this, take the 3 points. We don't care about it and what have you. But I got to say, man, my players today, Elliot Anderson, what a baller. Such a good buy from Newcastle. And my keeper, Matt Sells, is the best keeper in the league. I don't want to hear no Allison. I don't want to hear Sanchez from you, Lewis. I don't want to hear no one.
Huh?
Sanchez. Man said, I don't want to hear Sanchez.
Man, yeah.
Like you're ever gonna hear that, bro. Like
I just want to make sure I don't hear it.
Do you know who
Matt's-
Carefree Lewis is? I'd like to introduce you. Carefree Lewis.
Listen, Lewis.
Sanchez
Biggest
made his
hater of
50th
Roberto
appearance,
Sanchez
and
on
I'm
the planet.
disgusted yesterday. That should be the last.
I can't
Lewis,
believe
we
you
rather
guessed it
have
on
He
you-
me.
had a good
Neto
game
Sanchez.
against Forest when we played you.
Would
at
you
the
rather
break.
what?
Would you
He had
rather
a good
Hussam
game.
or Sanchez? Be honest.
I'd rather one of the sheep that you said goes around your mountains. Get one of them in
There
goal.
you go. There you go. You Wolfie, you're such a fraud. Man said Sanchez, bro. Do you even know who Lewis is?
I know. Just give him a little part. I just want to check he's awake and listening, innit?
I can't lie to
I'm
you, Sanchez,
awake.
though,
I'm
on
still
a real-
recovering from the weekend.
I can't
Fucking-
claim Allison is because he was injured this season for 10 games and shit, so that plays against us. But I do think Sells this season, like if I'm doing team of the year, no shamelessness, I'm voting him as keeper this season, 100%.
You know, Sam, I'm
Nothing
starting.
shameless about it.
Over Rhea.
More than up there.
Yeah, I'm starting, Sam, to slowly gain some grains of respect for you. Your opinion has slowly started to, be correct as the weeks have gone on, as I've worn you down and stuff. And like all these in the last 9 days, man, especially this weekend. Bro, my WhatsApps, man, the amount of fucking messages of people sending me them fucking eye emojis. Forrest went from 3rd to 4th, 4th to 5th. And I'm looking your way, Hussam, man, as well. They're all coming at me. I'm like, I haven't kicked a ball. It's been 9 days. I haven't kicked a ball. The fact is, last time we left the pitch, we were
Must
3rd.
be nice.
This time we've left the pitch, we're 3rd. Like, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. I'm 3rd. We're still in control of this. Catch me if you can, as DiCaprio would say. So, yeah, I think Forest are now back favourites to get this race done. We've been playing relegation teams now. We've played Spurs. We've got Leicester still. We've got West Ham still. I think by the time we get to Chelsea, Lewis, I think your best hope is that we're done and we can just rest players.
You're completely correct.
Mm.
I've been trying to pray for that for weeks.
Mm.
Get top 3 wrapped up. Play the kids, please. We'll give you a Cobham
Yeah.
graduate. or
Especially
something.
if we get past Man City in the semis and what have you. Because, I think the final's a week before now, haven't they? They've changed the dates of it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah, but if we win that final, we'll be like, out on the lash and what have you, and they'll probably turn up drunk for your game.
Wait. They announced the final is a week before the last game?
Yes,
Oh,
yes. That's why no one's playing on that Saturday, and they moved fucking United to a Friday during my holiday. Pricks.
Is that what they do? So no one's, so the game before doesn't get rearranged?
No.
All right, okay.
Lewis, before every United game, this is the time. Surely we're gonna beat Man United. This is the time. This is the time. This is the time.
And we'll find a way to 1-1 it like we always do.
And the funny part is, the one manager you hate actually is the one time you had a win. Other than that, it's been all draws. Like, it's just.
And I remember then I don't know how we won it.
Yeah, Palmer. The game earlier on this season, the 1-1, bro.
Jacob,
I was
get
never
that
more
prick off the fucking screen.
I was never more certain that Chelsea were gonna beat Man United. Literally, never more certain. And it ended 1-1, and I'm like, you know what? Carefree Lewis was cooking. I should have just listened. It just never happens, bro.
Wait, was he there when it was it 4-4 as well, or 3-3 or whatever it was?
No.
Poch
was 4-3.
Oh, 4-3 is the 4-3 one, yeah.
But since that game, though, that we've had two players, like if I just bring up stats for Højlund, he's had 9 shots on target this whole season after playing 28 games. We are now sitting 2 points off of 17th. This is the United that you're facing now. So
can we legit ask who's shitter?
Hey, we'll
United
find a way to
Spurs?
1-1 that.
Well, we've beaten them
think
3
we're
times this year. Officially turned Manchester to Angechester, so we at least got that in our
Yeah,
back
but they're
pocket.
ahead of you
Yeah,
in the table,
but-
Jake.
Hey, all
Well,
I'm
you know,
saying
it
is,
doesn't mean
Jacob, don't beat us
anything
in
when
that
they're
final.
behind us anytime we play them.
All I'm
Oh
saying is-
wow!
all I'm
United
saying is
are
don't beat us in
14th,
that
Spurs
final.
are 16th.
Yeah,
They're heavily in
you're,
the table.
the
You're
difference
so stupid.
between 9th place and 16th is surprisingly nothing. So, doesn't matter.
You see, this is the mentality of losers. And I get it. Like,
I wouldn't
Spurs
say that
fans.
you know me well enough to make that bold of a claim, but
No,
I
I
would say
can
get a
just
better
off that
fitting shirt.
statement, but I
'cause
can just
you
off
could
that
fit a whole
statement.
little mini person in there with you.
First impression,
No.
Jacob. First impression.
Bro, you just can't, like, you can't say the difference between 9th and 17th is nothing.
What is it? What do they get? A little thing that says, "Nice, you got 10th."
Well, firstly, you get more
You
money.
get
You know,
Europe.
Levy loves money.
Do I get money?
Well, do you want money invested
Do I
in
get
your
money?
club?
Answer the
you
question.
want
Do I
money
get
invested
fucking
in-
money if we fucking finish 9th or
Do
16th?
you get money if Spurs win a trophy?
So you're not going to answer the question? Are
No, I'm
we having a
answering. Do you
conversation
get money
or
if
not?
Spurs win a trophy?
Why would I answer your dumbass question?
It's pretty. I know it's dumbass to say Spurs and trophy in the same sentence.
No, I mean
get
your
it,
question
but
just
there's
coming
no-
out of your mouth sounds stupid as fuck. That's what I'm saying.
How's that stupid? How's that stupid? You think there's no
Because
difference
you want to ask
between-
shit, but you don't want to answer
All right,
shit. I asked
think
you a
there's no
question,
difference
you
between
just
9th and 17th.
don't want to answer it. So why do I got to answer you?
So there's no difference between 9th and 17th.
To Spurs, no.
No, there is.
Give you a legitimate answer. To Spurs,
I'll tell you why there
you
is,
can't.
because there's a
Can I
realistic
tell you why there's no
possibility.
difference even using your logic? Because he's seen his club get a lot of revenue and they don't spend it. So who gives a shit?
Okay, forget that then. There is a difference because there's a realistic possibility that 9th this season gets you Europe. So there is a difference between 9th and 17th.
But if they win the Europa League, what would happen to him is satisfaction of winning a trophy.
There's a real
So-
possibility I ran into Leonardo DiCaprio when they filmed that fucking movie downtown. But did you see me running downtown for the chance of it? No, because it doesn't matter.
I think winning the Europa
Heads
League is
up.
what matters for Spurs. Even when I went on the football terrace, bro, I didn't even
Don't
cook
blame
Spurs or
him.
anything.
To following Tottenham this season, I wouldn't be shocked.
And also, like in all reality, he told us that he wins a trophy in his second season. Technically, he's still competing for one.
Factually
Yeah.
true.
And technically, he
True.
never said that.
So-
It was a correction to a question that was asked to him that was misfactual.
Okay.
So what did he say?
Oh.
What did he say then? Yeah.
It was a lady who said, "No, Ainge, you usually win in your second year." He says, "I don't usually win in my second year. I've always won in my second year," which is
So he
just
did say
factually
it.
true.
Okay.
So
So
he
yeah.
did say it.
He didn't say no. Again, you have 2 years and so hopefully something in between them. I'd say use it. What he said was a correction to the question she asked because she started it off. If I started off by saying, "So your name's Shabubi," you'd be like, no, my name's not Shabubi. My name's Wolfie or whatever the fuck. And then I'd be like, okay. And then everyone say, "Oh, he said his name is Wolfie. He's not this, that." It doesn't line up with reality, but I understand
most
the
circular
notion of like,
argument
let's
I've
take
ever
5
heard.
words and let's fucking run with it because people's lives are that boring, I guess.
So you're saying he did say it, but you're saying he didn't say it.
You don't listen.
He's saying he got asked a question.
There's no
That's what
fucking
he-
point in having a back and forth with someone who doesn't have a back
Does
or a
this
forward.
defeat today really hurt you that bad, bro?
Anyways, all I just wanted to say was he's
Does anyone else got a
competing for
question?
trophy still. So that's it's not all is not lost. And what I was getting to was maybe that's why they haven't sacked him yet, because technically
And by the way, look at his
he's still
substitution
competing for
today,
something. So
Yeah.
that's really
The
it.
Spurs,
That's what I was trying
the
to say.
Spurs life cycle this season is like Shik. She can definitely relate to what Jacob's dealing with because there's no sacking the manager because there's still hopes of a Europa. You guys are living in the same reality right now.
Well, first of all, it's different situations because my manager, who I just have right now, got here mid-season. He started off with that manager.
I also
Yeah,
don't
he's
see the
had that manager
relevance
2
of like
seasons in a row.
comparing the two unless there's a reason.
No, both of your seasons are terrible right now, but you're
Yeah,
both in the mix for Europa, right? So the hopes, the belief, and the calmness that you're expressing is because there's still a trophy to be won. So when she kind of came to your defense, it made a lot of sense. I understood it. That's all.
Ainge made all those substitutions today because he doesn't give a shit about the league and he's focused on the Europa League.
And
Because he
rested
brought
that.
up all the important players.
Mhm.
Why
be
did he
honest with you.
start them? Why did he start them?
They need
Fitness, I would
minutes.
say, because they don't
Yeah.
have Europa this week. Week.
We don't play till May 1st.
I
We
don't
play till May
agree with
1st,
that.
so.
I don't agree.
Because you
with
don't take off like
Well,
Van der
hey,
Ven and
I mean, this guy's a
'Cause
coach.
you need him
I'd
for
agree
Europa.
with like the mechanic giving me opinion on a car rather than the plumber.
Well, you got a plumber as a manager, bro. So you're gonna agree with him.
Clearly, I don't. He's getting paid as a manager, so you can talk
So
whatever.
just because he's
childish
getting
bullshit you
paid
want, that's
by
just not
default,
factually
that
true.
makes him good. Yeah.
Does lying on YouTube make you good? To some.
What if I said that's a lie?
Oy vey.
What if I said that's a lie, bro? Come on.
Yes.
Lewis, top 4 race. You won yesterday.
No,
Obviously,
no.
Forest winning today
Let me,
puts you
let,
back.
me, let me say something on Spurs.
Go on.
Jacob,
Uh-oh.
What's
you
up,
need to
Egal?
talk about the 18 defeats.
Which one? Because I forgot
what
a whole
point-
bunch of them.
At what point do you lose your status as a big club? At what point do you lose
When we
your
fail
status
to
as
very
make
a
the
good
profits that we do.
Oh, we're talking about what makes a big club. I want next.
Money for me has always been the main factor in this regard. It doesn't really necessarily, clearly,
Money's
as
the
you've seen
root
over the
cause
last
of
20
it.
some years, that success on the pitch doesn't necessarily correlate to big stature in regards to the English Premier League. So,
That's true.
At what point we lose it, I probably wouldn't be the one to say. I would say that's more of a general consensus, and I don't think I'm important enough to make that judgment call. But I would say, as long as we're making as much money as we are, people are going to keep putting us up there
Can I ask
Alright,
why you
and-
had
and
that
why-
status in the first place?
because of the money and the history that we had once upon a time.
All right.
And also
then-
because they have a
didn't
good
get the
rivalry
fit.
with us and Arsenal. I keep saying if we stop caring about Tottenham, I feel like 50% of people would too. But story for another day.
I think the
It
one
might
that
also
gave them
play
the
into it
fit
that two
was
of the big six really enjoy shitting on Spurs. And so we make money and we're relevant to their conversations. Who knows? I don't know
alright.
why. I don't know how it
Basically.
started.
No,
I
but
think
you're
it's
like a
just smart.
jester, aren't you? You're like a
Also,
jester to the king.
can we talk about one more thing? A lot of people can say Tottenham have been battered by injuries this season, but you had, if I'm not mistaken, for 45 minutes you had Van de Ven and Romero out there.
for
Correct.
45 minutes.
They
Yeah,
still,
45
that
minutes,
made
yeah.
they still conceded
Yeah,
two
I know.
goals quite quickly.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
what's up with your great defense that you brag about?
When was the last time I bragged about the defense? Was it last
you-
season?
you- brag about them
You've
anymore?
said on numerous occasions, fitness has been the issue. They started the game. You had
I've said on numerous
occasions.
occasions, players have been the issue. Like today, for instance, we had more of pretty much damn near every statistical category than Nottingham Forest. To me, that's just
That's
players
okay.
failing to fucking convert
What
yet
about the
again.
scoreline?
No, but then you were
Good
down
shot.
2-0 by the 16th minute. So clearly you
Bang.
overrate.
I thought it was 14, but maybe.
Okay,
Oh, we
whatever.
scored 3 goals. One was disallowed.
Regardless, after 15 minutes, you were down by 2 goals.
Yeah.
My point to you, Jacob, is at what point do you say you're part of the problem because you overrate your players?
Like Jacob himself is part of the problem.
Yeah, because as a fan,
At that
What,
point,
Jacob?
I wouldn't
as
go
a
there
fan, you
because
overrate your players.
to-
you overrate
Jacob,
your
you're
manager.
either part of the solution
all
or
right,
part of the problem.
all right.
You
So this is
overrate-
Egal, you want to know why this
the
is
fun
funny?
part for me
Because this is coming from you.
Yeah,
That's why
that-
this is funny.
yeah.
Just
But
Mr. Nine
I'm not
players
even going
in
to
an
deflect.
Arsenal
I'm not even going to
last
deflect. I'll
year.
answer the
You wanna
question.
fucking- My players went and backed my point and went beat Real Madrid over 2 legs. So what the fuck?
wow,
has
what a
big
trophy! Great
Mm.
trophy.
The treble's
you won.
on.
Well done.
That's gonna have a
Not
long.
a
Not,
real
not the first
Well
one.
done.
That
but
Real
Egal-
Madrid
Egal's
win
right in
will-
what he's
will
saying.
last
He's
a
right in
long
what
time.
he's
Can't be
saying.
you,
Chicken
Egal,
team
that
don't
says
deserve
this.
any credit.
You're
Bro,
the
you guys
one
speak
person
about
that
your
cannot
defense
say
is
this, Egal.
solid. I hear about Kulusevski being this great player. I hear about all these players. You
When's
guys
the last
big
time
up.
you heard me talk about
Last year, you
Kulusevski?
guys were talking about how good your goalkeeper
Bro,
was.
I understand you
Pedro
have a lot of
Porro,
friends
best
who are
right back.
Spurs fans, and you
You
hear
have
them
Jed
say
Spence.
shit, but
You have
that
Jed
ain't me.
Spence coming out
Actually,
here
Jacob
talking
last time
about.
said Kulusevski's been bad since January.
Yeah, to be fair,
People were
to
trying to
back
put him in
Jacob, I
team
don't
of the
think he's been
season, and I was
saying
like,
this-
he before the injury was shit the last 2-3
Who's been
I
your
months.
was
best
trying
player?
to put
Who's been your
Kulusevski
best
into the
player?
season. Jacob said no.
Jacob, who's been your best player?
Jed Spence.
So far as rejects, your best player.
Well, he
Yes.
rejected you technically, so
No, we didn't want to go.
he
for
was
him
on
'cause of his
loan
attitude.
from Boro, but you can hold that. You
Isn't
won
he
your
the
trophy.
player you had in your squad
Congratulations.
for 2.5 years?
You won
and
your
was just
trophy. Congratulations.
overlooked
He was
Have
by
on
fun.
your
loan at
managers?
Forest and you're claiming him as a reject? Fucking hell.
Yeah, because we didn't want to take the option on him.
He says
I mean,
that,
they
but
have
Jed
Ola,
Spence
you
said,
know,
"I'm
typically,
bigger than
so.
this little tiny forest."
The best player in the league is a Chelsea reject.
Who?
Best player in the league.
And one of the other best players in the league for the last
Kevin
7
De
8
Bruyne.
years is also a Chelsea reject.
Oh, you're talking Salah. Salah. Oh.
I'll be honest.
so it's
Okay,
been
the
De
reason why I'm
Bruyne.
defending Spurs today, there's a reason why I'm doing this, and I'll be honest with you completely. I watched this game today as a neutral, and I couldn't give a shit about the result. It was a good game to watch. I think Spurs performed really well. They just missed all their chances. And the second of all,
I didn't think that.
I don't
Yeah, I
think
don't think
that
they played well.
Spurs. I don't think that Spurs give a shit. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
like I don't think they give a
they don't.
flying. You know what about today's
Well,
game?
to me,
I
I
can
think
I
there
give
should
you
have been
just
a
one
It
game.
piece
happened
of
for a long
proof?
time.
Let me just say this one important thing. You went away to Frankfurt and kept a clean sheet. Spurs and clean sheet in the same sentence is a joke. Like it just never happens. But you kept a clean sheet away in Germany.
Mm.
The reason why that happened is the players' vibes and energies and the way that they play is so much more different in something that they are still fighting for. Because they're walking into that pitch in the Europa like shit. I'm fighting for something here. Like I'm playing for something. But if you're a Spurs player today, okay, we win today. We go from 17th to 14th or whatever. It makes no difference to your life as a competitive football player. But you do want to win that Europa League. That's why the energies on Thursday nights
This
and
is-
on
this is-
Sunday.
Same for
This
us,
is
too.
where I
Same
differ
for
a
us,
little bit
yeah.
from that notion, Hassan, because for me, as a player, like as someone who never made it to any echelon even close to these guys, I'm very competitive. I fucking hate losing. And if we're consistently losing, I'm going to at least put my best self out there because I know I'm not that bad. And I feel like at a certain point, the player's pride has to kick in, and it just never has. It's the mentality at Tottenham of these players. They get their feet up. They made it to the club with the biggest reputation and the lowest expectations. So it's like, what do they have to do? Nothing. I mean, when you tell the kids, hey, this is the mandatory work, this is extra. We're not even, you don't even get extra credit for it, but it's extra work. You want to do it? Most kids are going to say no, but these are grown fucking adults. These are professionals. They should look at this and say, hey, even if we were able to squeak out a draw, which for the last 10 minutes, they look like they fucking actually wanted to. But if we were able to squeak out a draw, you move up 3 places. An insignificant notion, yes, but still like having some pride in yourself as a professional, as your own brand, like you got to do something. You said we played decent. We just didn't finish our chances. I feel like we weren't threatening at all. There was a couple chances I was like,
yeah, but Richarlison alone messed up like 4 chances. I think there was here's the problem. There were 2. There was Sells and then there was Tell. Sells saved Forest and Tell was just shooting all the shots at the Forest players.
It can't be that every keeper we play against is the best fucking thing since sliced bread.
It was
Because
Sells.
Frankfurt's
No,
backup
yes, it
keeper
can.
saving
Yes,
9
it can.
shots
We have
means
that
that we're
all the
taking
time.
shitty shots.
I'm talking about today's
We
specific.
literally had that Palmer fucking goalkeeper win man of the match against us. It happens.
Ipswich. Yeah, but
My
I
point
hear
is,
what
like,
you're saying,
you can,
Jacob.
if you have a machine gun and you're not even aiming it at the motherfucker you're trying to shoot, what is the point of the machine gun? Why all the passes? Why all the shots if you can't
That's a
convert
fair
them, if
point
they're
too. I
low
could
quality
relate that to us
shots?
as well.
The thing for me is
Speaking of Chelsea, just guys, just because I want to expand this conversation into a top 4-1, So Chelsea are here. So I just want Lewis to tell me his thoughts on the whole Chelsea thing, so we can talk about Forest, Chelsea, City together as in top 4 race. So that's like kind of the place that I'm headed. Big up to everyone locked in. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Let me just read these super chats. Big up to Netweed, who's been on Egal's ass pause for the last month. Okay, Real celebrations over. Let's see a quick update on our actual current progress. Champions Leagues, Liverpool check, City check, Chelsea check, Forest check, Arsenal.
Spurs? What about Spurs?
Why'd you have me? Why
Spurs
not?
have Europa League, not Champions League.
Yeah, why haven't Spurs got a cross by the name?
Also, I love the fact they didn't mention United.
You
Love
just didn't
Netweed.
mention United.
There's no
at all.
United.
All
There's
that
no
United.
Tottenham.
You're irrelevant now.
I'm glad that you want us to be involved in the conversation.
We have
though.
3 Champions Leagues. Like what?
Shik, I'm
Be
one team away.
irrelevant.
Irrelevant, but you want us in the
forgetting about
conversation. How does that
Manchester
make
United
sense?
now? It's crazy.
Yeah, people just forget. You want to know why?
But here is the point I wanted to touch on, because I remember the last 2 seasons hearing, oh, if Manchester United, Arsenal, or Liverpool were ever having a season like Chelsea's, it would be front page news. It would be back page
Facts.
news. Everyone would
Facts.
be talking about it every single week. I had to wake up this afternoon and check to see the Man United score. I'd forgotten about it. I forgot they even played. But the whole narrative when we were doing badly was, oh, if it was the bigger clubs, we'd be talking about it more. This is how Chelsea's a small club. So is United a small club now?
I think it just
That's
gets
what I
to a
wanna know.
point, regardless
Yeah.
of United or the stats or anything. It's like you've seen this happen how many times? How many times you're gonna like beat the dead horse almost? It's like with
Yeah.
Spurs
I think
and
it's just the
United. It's
fact
like
that
there's
we've
just so
had
many
2 worst
losses.
seasons in a row. We've had
Lewis,
2
there's a big
terrible
difference.
seasons in a
They
row.
could still
It's
win.
just becoming
They
acceptable
could
at that
still win
point.
the freaking Europa League.
I don't think it's
Yeah, sure.
acceptable,
I
but
could
pain
back
over
Margot
time
Robbie
becomes
too.
like
You
secondary.
You in those
I can see
seasons
that,
where
Lewis.
you're-
I can see
you
you
in those
doing that.
seasons.
In
you were
those
never as bad
seasons,
as
we
that.
Yeah,
still
it's
could have
just-
won the
You were
trophy.
never as bad as
We were in
that.
the FA Cup semi-finals.
You were never as bad as
We were
that.
in a Carabao Cup final. We
Yeah.
had the potential to still be winning trophies, but had the same BS narrative. Some of the people on this panel were running that narrative. So now I'd like to ask, is Manchester United a small club?
Yes.
No.
Ask Shik.
Yes,
I'm
and I'll
not-
tell you why. I'll give
Why
you an
is
honest
she?
answer.
Speak
I
Let me
never
be
said
honest.
consistency.
Let me be
Good.
honest.
That's all I wanted.
Let me be
You
honest.
got to represent United. Sheik.
Let
I
me be
never,
honest.
well, I never
Let me
said
be
that
honest.
Chelsea were a small club
Consistency
at
is
that time.
important because he's
You
bringing up my
didn't.
point.
Yeah.
Yes, let me bring up the point. First of all, big up to Jack who says Coutinho still a Villa player. WTF?
Is he really?
I don't even know. Is he actually still a Villa player, or did you just make this up? I have no idea.
I thought
But
he went
anyway,
Saudi or something. I forgot.
yeah, I thought
existed
he
for a
went
few
somewhere
years.
else, didn't he? But anyway, let us know.
Where
in the
is
Bit
chat.
like Man U. Forgot.
I'll tell you something, Lewis. Big up, first of all, everyone locked in. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, and I'll answer
He
Lewis's
is at
question and then
Campeonato. Oh, Vasco da Gama in
yeah,
Brazil.
Vasco da
What,
Gama.
on loan?
I'll
Fucking
answer
coming.
Lewis's question and then give him the mic to talk about Chelsea / the top 4 race, so we can talk about City as well. Let me just say this, right? I watched an interview with Kanye West, the same Sway interview where he's like, you don't have the answer, Sway. That one, infamous interview, right? I want to say this. He said something in that interview that's very telling, and we can all relate as content creators. He's mentioning his like where he ranks in terms of rap, but at the same time saying, I can't sell shoes and clothes and brands if I stop making music. So there is big and then there is relevancy. The prime example of this whole thing is Wolfie. Forest are now relevant. You could consider Forest to be one of the top 10 biggest clubs in England, but they were irrelevant for a long period of time. So we did not talk about them. As things stand, Manchester United are the 2nd biggest club in England, in my opinion. Some people say first because they're idiots, but
Your opinion.
they're 2nd biggest club in England. Now, the truth of the matter is they have lost relevancy because when you're bad for a long period of time, you lose relevancy. That I've seen my club have that, and Shik has seen his club for the last 12 years, step by step, lose relevancy. So Manchester United are big, but they're irrelevant. And that's why, to answer
I
your
don't think
question,
that's true.
we
I
didn't
guess,
start off with-
I guess,
that's
but
true.
we're always
No,
going to
they're
be the
definitely
top.
relevant.
let me land because it's my point. Let me explain to you guys.
Yeah,
I
go
didn't start
for it.
with this stream by going like, oh my god, let's talk about Wolves beating Man United 1-0 at Old Trafford. Because guess what? They've had way more embarrassing defeats over the last 13 years and even this season. So this 1-0 loss to Wolves is not like a, oh my god moment. But if Leicester come to Anfield and win 1-0, world ending. Why is it world ending? PSG beat us, by the way, on penalties, and the world ended. Even in my watch-along, I had 3,800 people. That's relevant.
Getting kicked out of Champions League is relevant. Playing in Champions League is relevant.
No,
Spurs
beat Liverpool. The world ended for Liverpool as well. That was early in the season.
They just Sam did the old Texas two-step. He just don't worry about that.
I don't know if it's because you've hit 50k subs now, Sam, or what. But that's
Lewis, talk to me about the Chelsea result because we're not going to do this whole thing.
I just want to say that statement you made.
Texas two-step in
that statement you made is the best thing I've heard you say in all the years I've been watching you. It's professional, to the point, accurate, and bang on the money. Maybe you going over 50k is a good thing for the YouTube world if we get beautiful monologues like that, because no one can argue with what you said. No one.
I mean, I do kind of hear the whole relevancy thing, but like it's very important to know the difference of a big club and then also being relevant. Because a week ago when we beat Lyon, that had more views than Arsenal beating Real Madrid. The way that we did. So
being shit is still
a
relevant.
Club in Europa League.
I don't think.
Yes, it did. Yeah, a club in Europa League when we beat Lyon the way that we did had more views on the highlights against their second leg against Real Madrid.
It's very.
It had 2 million views in the first hour.
Can I please say one statement?
It's a very simple answer. Everybody was watching Arsenal.
Who's bigger, you or Arsenal? What's the very important point. Who's bigger, you or Arsenal, Shik?
We're bigger.
Who's more relevant right now? Be honest.
Arsenal.
Okay, I'll tell you. The club that we can all agree probably is the smallest club on the panel or whatever. Who's bigger, United or Spurs, Shik?
United.
In 2019, when Spurs were in the Champions League final, were they more relevant than you? Yes or no? Be honest.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Like, people worldwide were talking about Tottenham Hotspur at that time.
Yeah, when an elephant's in there with the oysters, you're going to be like, okay, that's a little crazy.
There will never be a time when we're not relevant. There will never be a time when we're not relevant.
I'm not
we're
saying
Manchester United Football Club. That's like saying Liverpool's never going to be relevant.
Yeah, I'm saying you lost relevancy. I'm not saying you're irrelevant.
We lost relevance.
You said no, Hassan. What you said is not relevant. That is indicating that there's zero relevancy. That's why I said I disagree.
Yeah, you were basically
because they're very relevant.
No one cares about United right now. Like you said, United lose. Nobody cares about it. No, people
you said they're not relevant anymore.
Of course, people do care about it.
Okay,
always care
12 years ago when you were good, you mentioned Lyon. 12 years ago when you were good, had you lost to Lyon? Worldwide news. But now you beating Lyon the way that you did is worldwide news.
Andre Onana dropped his keys in the parking lot 2 years ago, and that was national news. So, yeah, I mean...
Yeah, but they were relevant then. They were third on a new manager, Ten Hag, blah, blah, blah.
My point, perfect. Someone said it in the chat. My point is that because we are such a big of a club, we will always have that level of relevancy. Always. And that's
so if you get relegated next season, would you be relevant?
It's the same thing for Spurs. Why do people still consider Spurs?
Okay, guys, no problem. If I said no relevancy, I take it back, but I will say little relevancy. Fairs? Compared to what you were 12 years ago.
No, you know what? The relevancy has just changed. Before it was for amazing, great football. Spectacular example of what a club should be. Now it's comedy.
Sam, bring this up.
Now their relevancy is comedy. Oh, look how the mighty have fallen. Look how terrible they
Christian Romero in an interview stating that his goal is to go to new places to continue growing. Confirms nothing is decided yet and hasn't spoken to his agent, but he'd like to play in Spain.
Oh, yikes.
This is the Romero bomber they were talking about in the chat.
You got to be on camera, Jacob. Come on, man. You got to respond to this.
I'm not surprised. When you look around and you see a whole lot of shit, you're going to be like, I need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but he's not even that good. He ain't that good.
He is.
He stinks too.
He stinks, man.
Hey, if he goes to Atletico
Here's
Madrid,
the full quotes. Here's the
if
full
he goes
quote.
to Atletico Madrid, that's set up correctly.
Fuck off. There we go. Sorry, not you. I'm trying to
better.
get this link up. Here it is. We're in the Europa League semi-finals, and I want to end the season in the best way possible. After that, we'll see what happens. One league I'd love to play in is La Liga. I would love to complete my journey through all the top leagues. That's the direct quote.
Oh, so he's a journeyman. Fairs.
And wants to do the Zlatan and that. Jacob, you here? Yeah, he's kind of here.
Yeah, I'm here.
No, it's just talk about the
I don't see why people glaze him up. Because I don't think he's that good. He's inconsistent.
No, neither do I. But like, one man's trash, another man's treasure.
In case you don't know, this is what they do, bro.
It's crazy
Spurs-
how people on YouTube and Twitter don't rate Kuti, but the best club in the world does. That's what's crazy.
Who? Real Madrid.
Real.
They don't want
I
him.
don't think he'll go Madrid.
They are the biggest club in the world.
Real
I think
Madrid
they
don't
want
You
want
said
him.
Romero.
best. You said best.
Real Madrid don't want him.
Yeah, they do.
Atletico Madrid want him.
He'll probably
think
go
he's
Atletico.
got-
They're trying
they're
to do a
fighting
whole
over him. They
Argentine
all
thing
want
over
him.
there.
Diego Simeone has a fetish for his countrymen, so makes sense.
Yeah, man, they're trying to do a whole
Yeah,
Argentine
guys,
thing.
Romero leaving is not breaking news. Who fuck Romero? Lewis,
I know, but
talk
it
to me
might
about
be
the
for
win
him.
against Fulham.
You know, Kuti,
He's
all
a
of
fan
that.
of Kuti, yeah.
Yo, can we get that
That's
video
right.
one time?
Oh my god, you guys are so.
You
fucking
might as
petty,
well,
man.
man. You might as well.
You guys are what video?
Kuti, can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. I fucking love Kuti Romero. He's the fucking GOAT, and I hope you know.
There you go.
The kid crying in the background is the perfect thing for that.
The best ever background
the
noise
little
is Ziad. Ziad screaming at Saad. What happens if he does it? What happens if he does?
Yeah.
That's the best fucking. Ziad just barking in the background. Ziad is the biggest dog I've worked for. What happens if he does it?
90% of what he does on Hour is just cussing Arsenal, and it's hilarious.
Shout out to
So, Lewis, can you talk about Chelsea, please, and the top 4 race,
He
please?
doesn't want to, man. Take the hint.
Yeah, I don't mind, but just letting you guys go. Just letting you do your thing.
No. We want you to go. We want you to go,
Alright.
mate.
Yeah, cool.
Bye.
So, we are still alive. Our head's still above water. For how long, God knows, but we just have to keep
fucking
winning the game.
sentences. We're still alive, bro. What?
That's it.
Top
So
four
what was
race.
the
70
point of
minutes in, I
that
was coming to
Romero
terms with the end of
deviation?
my
What,
season.
what was the point? We were
I was
trying to move
literally
on
just
to
in the
Chelsea
away
the whole
end doing the
time.
Tyreek George chants and just saying, yeah, whatever, our season's done, but the away end's popping. Fuck it. It could be a lot more toxic around here. I thought there'd be fights left, right, and center. But we managed to pull it out of the bag. And like we just finally stopped overdoing everything. Because that's the story of our first half. Our entire first half was let's get the ball and either overtouch or make a stupid pass when there's someone in better space, or we're just gonna overtouch on the ball and go for a shot, or we're just gonna spam 20 crosses. And that was it. Like what was it? Fulham's first goal comes off a mistake from Chelsea, which is fucking typical. Mistake leading to shot, mistake leading to goal. Chelsea Football Club. Reece James just being nonchalant on the ball for no reason. But again, it is the story of our entire first half. And that's why the first half, to me, I'm just looking at a lot of the players. I'm looking at Palmer and like Noni just making the wrong decisions together. I'm looking at Jackson, who I'll be so real. I can't be bothered for the rest of this campaign. I can't. Even the runs off the ball have declined. Even the decision making, the link up play has declined. It's just becoming a net negative sort of thing. And like ultimately, it still does come down to recruitment because we know that we needed a striker going into the season. Relying on Jackson all campaign was never going to be the right move. But
I don't think
ultimately,
it's your fault, though, Lewis. The Jackson thing. I think you jinxed the fuck out of him ever since you put him and Haaland in the same conversation. He said, say this quietly, but Nicholas Jackson has been better than Haaland this season. And ever
and
since
at that
then,
point in the season, he had been. By December,
and
he was
ever
the most
since then,
informed
Jackson
striker in
just
the
went
league.
to the shits. That
But that's
Jackson
on him.
is
Now he's the
and
most.
striker
Now
at
he's the
one
most
point,
out
yeah.
of form striker in the league.
Nah, Hoylanders, man. Maybe you made
Hoyland
say
is wrong.
The thing
Haaland
of
when you said
Hoyland
he
was
was
he was
better
never
than him.
in form. But we can't even say
No,
out
no,
of
no.
form because he was never in
Everything
form.
up till
Yeah.
December, Jackson was cooking. I'm not going to revise that. But
Yes, can we
everything
just clarify
after
you said
December.
Haaland, not Hoyland. Can we just get a
No,
clarification?
it was Haaland. It was
Okay.
Haaland. Haaland
Alright.
weren't cooking like that. Jackson was, so I'd be like, he's more informed than him. Now, hell no. Hell no, I wouldn't even utter their words in the same sentence. But
And Haaland's
Jackson's
injured as
getting
well
to a
when you're
point where I
comparing to
want
him
him
now.
dropped, and I don't know who we're going to drop him for. But credit to Maresca, we came out in the second half a lot better. We were marking Raul Jimenez a lot better. Chalobah's passing was improving. Colwell's passing was improving. We completely minimized Fulham for the remainder of the second half. It just came down to the final product in the box. Can we finally just bury our chances? We bring Tyreek George on for Jackson to play in the middle. Right decision. He gets the ball in the middle, doesn't think, doesn't make any touches, just hits it at the goal. We've equalized. Pedro Neto for the second goal. One touch, bang. No over-touching and good ball striking at the end. That is the difference. Because ultimately, overall, we were the better team than Fulham. We just weren't making it count for anything for most of the game. That's why people are again doing the whole I'm bored watching Maresca and everything. I understand sometimes the brand of football is boring and everything, but it's definitely going to be boring when the players aren't making the right decisions, over touching on the ball numerous times and not burying their chances. That's why I didn't have a lot of faith going into the remainder of the campaign. Now you've given me something to go off a little bit. Nice. Take it to the next game. Go to Everton, tough low block and all of that. Break it down and leave with 3 points. Then we got Liverpool. God willing, they play the children because the league would be.
We will not
up.
play the children, but I'll tell you something right now. People keep saying, "Oh, Liverpool will beat Chelsea." If we listen, last time we won the league, the game after we lost 5-0 to City. Please don't think we're going to go to Stamford Bridge like giving a fuck that much. I'll be honest with you.
And you lost.
If we're league champions, like confirmed, we don't care.
And you
I give you a
honor,
two. Lavia, Caicedo, and Enzo in the starting lineup to do the guard of honor. You give me 2 goals.
I'll be honest with you. It's not even about give me and give you. I just don't think the team, like even against Leicester, we're fucking lethargic. I doubt we're going to turn up like that. Like
I'd want to see us capitalize then, but
you got Forest today. That's last game of the season, which is going to be very difficult. United is your bogey team. Newcastle away actually is the one where I say you're probably going to lose that one. Everton, you just said it. It's about unlocking that low block. You unlock the Everton low block, then the week after, if Liverpool have already won the league, you can beat us. I'll be honest with you, it's not like it's impossible. So then you have the last 2 games of the season, which are the very difficult ones.
Yeah, I'm just taking it a game at a time and just like expecting teams around us to drop points because that's what the top 4 race is always about. So I just have to focus on my team and winning our games. Go to Everton, win, pray the teams around us have dropped points, and then move on to the next one, try and win that one. We've dropped way too many points this season now, so we're playing catch up. We're not favourites. We're not in that by any way, shape, or form. But here we are. We're still alive in the top 4 race. My season's still alive. Big up, Jacob.
Big up, Jacob.
So yeah,
Lewis,
like it was
ask
a
you
good
in tomorrow's
confidence-building result, and that's it.
Lewis, tomorrow's
Romero.
game, what result do you want?
I swear to God, I wanted to ask him the same exact question.
Yeah.
Who do you want to win?
I think you want to draw for every result.
No, but if you have to
Those teams
choose,
are
if you
playing,
must, like, you gun to your head, choose one.
They'd probably have to be. Oh, Villa would overtake us too. Nah, fuck that. I want to draw. I don't want either of them to win. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
but if you had to choose, Lewis, what would you say? Honestly?
Neither of them winning benefits me. City get a higher gap over us, or Villa go above us and we drop down another place. Only a draw suits me. Nothing else.
I don't know, a Villa win does kind of suit you.
How?
Because they can...
Villa win is worst possible scenario.
No,
They
no,
overtake me.
no, what I'm saying, if you had to choose between the two, because Man City would then create a bigger gap.
No, but I think City are going to make top 4 anyway.
I get I don't know, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what's the better result. From your
The better result
perspective,
in my
Draw.
opinion is
A
City win.
draw. I want a 1-1. Give me a 1-1.
I think
draw.
City win won't be that bad for Chelsea. I'll be honest with you, because City, let's be fair here. I think none of us expects them to drop out of the top 5. I think Forest, Villa, Chelsea are competing for the remaining 2 spots.
What
So
about
one
No,
will
but I'm
win.
not even
What about
looking at
Newcastle?
Forest like that. They're
Also,
third. I
Villa
need to look
are
at
in the
fourth and fifth.
semi-final of the FA Cup as well, so they're also competing for that as well, the FA Cup
Yeah.
charge.
And
Just the
fuck, we forgot about Newcastle in this.
You forgot
Yeah.
about Newcastle. We didn't.
Yeah, Newcastle.
This
are
is
in
why
all
I'm not
the-
looking at Forest. They're third. I'm looking at 4th and 5th.
Where is Newcastle right now?
If
Newcastle are in
Forest
4th.
drop some more points
59.
and we capitalize,
Honestly, I
cool,
couldn't
I'll
believe
look at
Newcastle
Forest
got
a bit
slapped
more.
up this
Until
weekend
then,
by
there's
Villa,
no
you know.
point. They have the easiest running out of everybody.
Mm.
There's no point. I've seen people talk about
Okay,
how
okay,
we need
you're
to
saying
win
there's
all
no
our games
point.
and lose to Forest.
But
to
Lewis,
catch
you're
up
saying
with them.
there is no
Fuck
point.
that. 4th and
Bro,
5th.
third and 7th is literally separated by 3 points. Hear this.
But
Forest,
they are the highest of the lot.
I understand. Forest
So it's the
60,
least of my focus.
Yeah.
Forest
The gap's
60,
smaller with the other
Newcastle
teams as well.
59, City 58, Chelsea 57, Villa 57. Like literally, if you go to Forest and win, you're like in a hypothetical scenario.
They have
like,
the
right
easiest running and they're the furthest away from us. I need to look at getting above Newcastle and City. And then if Forest drops some points, fine, I'll look at them too.
Yeah, and even if
Can
we
I-
drop,
Forest-
we've got,
Can
we've
I
got
Forest
Leicester
do have
and
an easy
West Ham.
run? I
We
just
got
said
Leicester and
Forest
West Ham.
doesn't
But
have
Thank
even
you.
Man City, if you compare Man
Yeah,
City
so
and
what's
Villa's
the
run,
point? Just setting myself up to be disappointed. Fuck that.
So who the hell do City play then? Villa and
Um,
Wolves.
so
Fulham away.
I'll tell you right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Southampton
City,
away,
then they have
definite W.
Wolves. Southampton and Bournemouth and Fulham. So I'm looking at the last 2 games of Man City, if anything.
Yeah, Bournemouth and Fulham could get something. Southampton are going to win 100%. Wolves.
And Aston Villa.
Because
and
Bournemouth
still
and Fulham
playing
will
Aston
still
Villa
be
tomorrow.
fine for Europe. Probably.
Wolves are tough, Ashik. Wolves are tough.
Wolves are the most
Wolves are
informed team
tough.
in the league right now.
Wolves are tough.
Vator,
for
tell us
sure.
about City's top 4 chances then, since you have it. Since you have the mic right now. Tell me.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm comfortable with the fact that we're going to finish top 4, top 5. I'm not too stressed about it. I think it was good to see the last 2 games and how we played, keeping clean sheets and the performance that we saw. The next game is going to be Villa. Villa are in very good form. And I got to get a result. If I get that, I think I'm cruising. I get this win versus Villa, I'm cruising. I got the FA Cup to deal with Wolfie just stepped off camera. I got to try to win that semi. But yeah, I'm not. This might come
just
back.
top 4 race perspective. Do you feel yourself confident that you're going to be there?
Of everyone else that are fighting for top 4, top 5, I'm the most experienced. I'm the most accustomed to having to play and win every game, have to go into that type of form, have to win on the final day potentially. And I think the maturity that many City fans are cussing Pep about with regards to the rotation, we can lean on this experience. Like, these guys aren't going to let this slide. They're not going to let it go. Lewis has got to rely on a young group of players, right? That are trying to find this whole form while also competing in Europe. So I only have the FA Cup in this top 4, top 5. I think I win it in a relatively comfortable fashion. Villa's going to be my toughest game. And the last 2 games that you guys mentioned, Bournemouth, Fulham, it might be vacation settings. It might be holiday settings when those games come around, depending on how
they're competing for Europe too, bro.
They're competing for Europe too.
Yeah, the Conference League fight. They're still competing for Europe. That's a big thing for them.
Fair. So if they're still in the mix to try and win that thing, then yeah, I'm probably looking at some tough games. But it also depends on where you guys are at. The last 2 games, if I'm also looking at Forest, Chelsea, one of those gotta win, it's most likely going to be Chelsea, and maybe that isn't enough to really take me out of my top 4, top 5 finish. I think I'm all right.
You know, Marmoush might be, what do you call it?
Marmoush doesn't get talked about enough. You know, if you
Marmoush
include
might be one of
his
your best
entire
players.
season,
Here we
Nice
go with this
player.
fuck shit that always like, oh, never get talked about. He
No,
just
I
signed
know,
in
I'm
January.
Yeah,
He
Bro,
just
I
signed in
agree.
January.
No,
What the
but
fuck
this
you
is-
want
no,
us to
this is
say?
my
He's the
point.
Messi of the
He's
league.
been good though.
no, this is my point. This is why you're so irritated, because you don't want me to talk about
He
another
signed in
Egyptian
January,
playing good
Vator.
football. Just relax.
Okay,
yourself.
okay.
Don't feel threatened.
Vator.
Don't let Salah.
I'm
Salah's
asking you a
not
question.
threatened.
I'm asking you a
We're
question. I'm
talking
going to mute my mic. Name one January signing that was spoken about that much in his first 6 months. Anyway, tell me.
Aubameyang,
It's not about that.
And what did Aubameyang do?
No, but
10 goals.
Bruno Fernandes.
And what
No,
did
but
Bruno
Marmoush
Fernandes
is on
do?
pace to get 10 goals in the Premier League.
this all I want to say before Hussam got all threatened me talking about another Egyptian is that Marmoush isn't spoken about.
I'm not
with the-
threatened at all, bro.
All right, well, you didn't even let me want to talk, and I was like, okay.
No,
now
but
that-
Wait,
don't
Van
say
Dijk-
I'm
Van
threatened.
Dijk's a
How
good
the fuck
shout.
you want to have the king? I have the king. You want to
okay, so let me speak in
Yeah,
peace. Let me
Van
at least
Dijk.
mention the man's name.
And he
not
has the
have you go
prince.
on.
Let him speak about the prince.
Yes, let me talk about this the prince, the heir apparent to the upcoming throne, because Salah's only got a couple more years. I want to mention Marmoush's entire season. Let's not just focus on what he's doing at the Prem, and what he's doing in the Prem is actually impressive, but his entire season, the GA that he's been doing, it needs to be talked about. He's having a phenomenal season, and I'm happy for his addition because I don't have Haaland, who's a killer. And if not for Marmoush, I think we're looking at a very different situation with me being comfortable with top 4, top 5. I just want to point out that we made some smart spending. Lewis can agree. You know, sometimes you got to splash the cash for results. We splashed the cash in January, and I think it's going to come out.
Meanwhile, our club acted like there was nobody and bought some random guy to haul for Strasbourg in 6 months.
Yeah, and we bought a left wing back to save our season.
All while gawping at Garnacho just missing from 2 yards and wondering whether we should go for him.
Guys, the reason why I interrupted Vator is the game against Everton that I did a watch along for. Nico O'Reilly and Mateo Kovacic scored, and he wants me to do Marmoush prop. Yeah, go
Beating
ahead.
Everton isn't easy, okay? So when you have to rely on other players,
Gaslight.
I'm not gaslight. Why am I? Beating Everton isn't easy. That's not gaslighting. Egal.
Go ahead.
Egal.
Gaslight more.
Egal.
So his starting
Beating
statement
Everton
is,
isn't easy, right?
we gotta talk,
Yeah, Lewis
guys.
is
We
gonna
gotta
find
talk
out.
about Marmoush. And then we go like, okay, Everton, O'Reilly, and Kovacic scored. Do I have to talk Marmoush? Tell me. Yeah.
Okay, so this is why you're another fraud, because you only want to talk about GA. Marmoush had a very good game. Did it
You
translate?
employ Erling Haaland.
So what?
Erling Haaland, the whole thing is GA, bro. Stop it. Like, don't act like he's a good footballer. We all know he isn't.
Oh, okay. Now, okay. For a man that always wants to defend Salah because of other rivals going after you with regards to complete
Salah is a good footballer.
Salah is a good footballer.
100%. He's a very good footballer.
Okay, but
When
rivals-
we did
Oh,
A-listers after Liverpool, when we did the A-listers after Liverpool beat Chelsea 2-1, you want to know what Lewis said? He said Salah's playmaking bag in the game was crazy. What's that?
Yeah,
Good
he had a
footballer.
game. He had a game where his playmaking bag was crazy.
That's
Okay,
not
great.
just one game. You can mention many games.
Okay, you can mention many games, but you know this because I remember you from Football Wars, always having to defend against rivals that want to talk about complete footballers and better footballers over said footballer. And now you want to do the same thing to my man Haaland, who broke the scoring record. He's only GA. I'm just saying, pick your fights, pick your battles. Now's not the time. I wanted to talk about Marmoush.
Salah. Okay, Hazard is a better footballer than Salah. Even Lewis, don't I always admit this? Be honest. I always say Hazard a better footballer. Okay, but with Erling Haaland, it's different levels because I can name you 150 strikers who are better footballers. So my point is, when you as a City fan cannot brush off GA like it means nothing, because that's the whole point of Haaland.
No, see
GA.
again, you're triggered again. You're triggered again. We just
Yeah, I'm not triggered. I'm saying Nico O'Reilly scored. Give the kid some credit.
No,
Kovacic, who your whole fan base has been cooking this season, scored. Why the fuck should I talk about Marmoush? Yeah.
I can do two things at once. And the reason when I was trying to talk about Marmoush and speak about how important he's been, how great he's been, you then want to move the conversation. You don't want me propping up Marmoush. You don't want me talking about another Egyptian.
So when you beat
you want me to talk about O'Reilly. You want me to talk about Kovacic.
When you beat Newcastle 3-0, then you prop up Marmoush, be honest.
I didn't hear you. What?
When you beat Newcastle and he had the hat-trick, did we not prop up Marmoush, all of us here?
Yes, that's great.
Okay, in a game where a kid scored who deserves a lot of credit and a midfielder who's been cooked by your fan base all year long scored, I'm supposed to prop Marmoush? Why? You haven't given a reason.
You're not supposed to prop anything. You're supposed to let me talk about my City moment right now and let me speak in free. But as soon as I mentioned Marmoush, oh, you got to talk about something else. Because again, I don't know why. For some reason, maybe you're threatened. Maybe you don't want any shine on another Egyptian. I have no idea. I just wanted to talk about Marmoush. And the reason why I said let's stop with this whole GA is because he had a good game. He's been having very good games. How he plays for us and the movement that we get, the pressing that he gives, it's different. It's helpful. And it doesn't always relate in terms of GA. Egal just saw an amazing moment in Champions League where Saka had such a great game, but did it result in a GA in the first leg? No. But would anyone tell you that he did not have a phenomenal game? No, he had an amazing game. It just didn't translate in GA. So let me just speak on my player and point out that he's had a great season overall, as well as what he's doing in the Prem. Can I do that in peace, Hussam? Can I? The Don Hussam, can I please do that?
Am I talking? I'm not talking.
Okay, thank you. Now, with regards to this game, beating Everton, great result. I needed it. I needed this result to temporarily put a little bit of pressure on Wolfie, put a little bit of pressure on Lewis, because I needed to stay close. Because some were saying we were going to drop points to them. Some were saying Everton's got something. Everton's got something for them. We were able to get the 3 points, clean sheet. I'm really happy with that performance. Yes, the youngster, great. O'Reilly. Maybe you know what? I'll link up with Egal because Egal has some breakthrough shows. He tends to come up with some nice slogans, some nice catchphrases. Maybe we need to talk about breakout player of the season, because I think that might fall on O'Reilly as breakout player of the season because he's had
hell no.
Lewis Kelly.
Respect Tyreek Elme.
See,
what are we talking about?
I knew everybody would get off mute.
Wait,
I knew everybody would get off mute.
Yeah.
Lewis
Tyreek Elme, bro.
Forget about that.
Morgan Rogers, so many, man.
He was about last season.
He's not even on the list of the reserve list.
Nico O'Reilly is not on the list.
Come back on screen. We don't even know that guy's name. We refer to him.
O'Reilly.
Well, you'll know about him. Make sure your guy wins the European trophy before Tyreek Elme, or we'll have questions.
Tyreek Elme is known as Saka's doppelganger.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, soon he'll be known as Tyreek George's doppelganger.
I want to end this section on something very
Next week
simple.
you'll say it's not
I
good
will
enough.
share Egal, just so we can move on to this topic because I
When
don't
have
want
I
to
ever
get-
criticized Tyreek, mate?
He's never criticized Tariq George. Stop it. So you have all of us have the league table in front of us right here. Let me get
Alright.
this thing off.
Beautiful.
Okay. So we all see clearly from 3rd to 7th. All I want from you is no life stories or nothing. Just tell me, because it's easier this way, who you think misses out on the top 5. So tell me the 2 clubs. So obviously from 3rd, 4th, 5th, all get Champions League football. 6th and 7th don't. So just tell me who you think are the 2 clubs that miss out on Champions League football. Shik, give me your 2 clubs
I'm
to miss out.
gonna say Newcastle,
Whoa.
Mm.
Newcastle, and Villa.
Oof.
Lewis.
Bomba.
Mm.
I think Chelsea go 4th, and City go 4th, and Chelsea go 5th. That's what I'll say.
Lewis.
Yeah,
Lewis.
Newcastle, Villa. Yeah, Newcastle and Villa.
You guys are
Wow.
Vator.
Whoa. You don't want any life stories, unfortunately. I like to give life stories. Lewis, I'm sorry to say this, my friend, my blue brother. But
Don't be. We've done it to ourselves. It's okay.
yeah, I honestly think that it remains this way. We're looking at Chelsea and Aston Villa. that are-
Ooh. Fairs. Oh, even okay, fair enough. Okay, I get what you mean. Okay, Wolfie.
As it stands.
Chelsea Villa. Okay, Egal.
Chelsea is out, and they're going to be 7th, and then six is going to be Nottingham Forest.
Wow.
I
You
actually
have
think-
no shame, Habib. You're just
Okay,
like
let
so
him give his
fixated.
answer. Yeah, Wolfie, you're 3 points ahead, not 15.
I'm
Anyway.
looking at the current team's forms. Look at it. Aston Villa's form better. Chelsea, Newcastle's form almost spotless until this week, and Man City just churning out results. The teams that seem to be dropping the most points right now is Nottingham Forest and Chelsea.
Well, that's bollocks, but okay.
Okay. My answer is Chelsea and Bomba Newcastle. I think Chelsea and Newcastle miss out on the top.
I know.
Yeah, look
Oh,
at
and
Newcastle.
Villa
I
overtake
think-
all of us.
Newcastle have to
Tom's
play
heart
Brighton.
talking
Newcastle
here.
have to play Arsenal away at the Emirates. Newcastle.
I'll tell you honestly how I think this league ends. Okay, 3rd, Manchester City. 4th, Nottingham Forest. 5th, Aston Villa. 6th, Chelsea. 6th, Newcastle. 7th, Chelsea. That's my
Wow.
prediction.
How much of a percent did you give Real Madrid? Arsenal to be Real Madrid?
Big up to Daniel who says worst 70 minutes I've ever seen as a Chelsea fan. I'll take the win, but I'm still pissed about the first 70 minutes.
Big up,
What the hell
man.
is
Up the Chelsea. Make Chelsea
Big up,
great
Daniel.
again. Love Chelsea. Hate Maresca. Big up, Daniel, bro.
Daniel,
Why do you hate
I know-
Maresca?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's his thing.
hate, mad. Hate Maresca? Like,
Not
what
me.
do
It's
you-
his thing. I'm reading out for him.
Yeah, I'm
Getting
telling him,
clips
like,
of
you
us
hate
for that.
Maresca. Daniel is the same guy that was on the
You hate him.
WrestleMania watch.
I hear it like if the season's over and you didn't make top Champions League, but it's like now you're
Wasn't
still
Daniel on the WrestleMania watch along?
Yeah. Fucking
Yeah.
saved
Not
my
Daniel.
life yesterday.
that
That whole
WrestleMania
stream
was
was me
dead,
fighting my
man.
hangover.
that was I hated
Yeah,
that.
bro. They
ending.
even bring the Rock House. I was even the point
I
of doing the
know.
turn at
And then
Chamber. Then.
Austin like fucked up his entrance.
They just sent him out to waste 10 minutes.
Hey, that lady got a bag, by the way. She's gonna get a
WrestleMania
bag.
hype.
Nah, she ain't.
Big up-
Terms and conditions are going to be on her immediately, bruv.
WrestleMania hype. Big up to Jabo and Lule who says call culture scams to answer that question from Lewis from United point of view. Man's been posting about NBA for a week now. Bro,
Yeah,
that's
they've
the
been
reason why-
cooking him in the quote tweets. Respond, bruv. I was told we
Mm.
were a small club. What's United then?
Exactly. And
Voila.
on top of that,
Great point.
the way that I broke it down, I'll be honest with you, it's just because the reason why rappers is a good way. Many people will say, as an example, Eminem is the GOAT, right? But he is not relevant right now as much as other rappers because he hasn't produced an album in a while. So that's just the truth of the matter. Relevancy goes down, but your status as GOAT or big or blah 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 does not just shrink all of a sudden.
I hear that.
Anyway,
No, we don't hear
big
that.
up to-
but okay.
big up to everyone locked in. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. All these guys' channels in the description. I don't want to keep them for too long. I know it's late right now. So let's just end on United and Shik's feeling about being the second biggest club in England when this year ends. So big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Liverpool officially 1 win away from being number 20 Premier League champions. You cannot say 20 times anymore. Shik.
No, why? I can
Well-
still sing 20 times.
Yeah,
You still
but
won 20
that's not-
times.
So you're showing off. That's something that someone else.
No, I'm not showing off. You said I can't sing it anymore. Of
So
course, I
you're
can.
saying
Yeah.
Lewis
Still-
can
I've still won it 20 times.
Can Lewis come to
Just
Anfield and
because-
say champions
wait,
of
but
Europe?
just
You've never won that.
Well, he's saying that to a team that's never won it. We never said 20 times. You've never won it. We just said 20 times, Man United. That's all I'm saying.
They just won't be singing it to you anymore, Hussam. That's all.
I'm still gonna sing it.
You're still gonna
But
sing it to
Anfield
Liverpool fans?
I'm no. I'm not gonna sing to Liverpool fans, but I'm still gonna sing 20 times. Man United.
But now you
Yeah.
can sing it to all the other clubs.
This is like saying like, oh, just because Liverpool won their 20th, we can't sing 20 times anymore. What? Like,
No,
we
you
still,
can.
that doesn't.
You just won't
Liverpool
ban
winning their
for
20th
Liverpool.
doesn't erase our 20 league titles. We've still won 20 league titles. So, yeah. But I mean, I was hoping that we would just skip past this section because I didn't really want to talk about it, to be honest. But
You don't want to talk about United anymore.
well,
Is it
what's
that
there to
bad?
talk about? Let's see,
Don't
Europe,
blame him.
Europa League.
If you want, we can skip United and talk about Arsenal. We can do Liverpool Arsenal.
No,
we have to
I'll
do
talk a little. I guess I'll talk a little bit about
There
it.
you go. There you go.
Wolves game. Let me just be completely honest with you. I did not watch it because I chose not to watch it because my mindset right now is literally all eyes banking everything on Europa League.
Yeah.
That's literally nothing else left. Same way for Arsenal, their league doesn't really right now in the league. It doesn't really matter if they beat Ipswich 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 7-0. All eyes are on the Champions League. It's just what it is. Spurs, same thing too. So that's what I'm all hoping for. I hope Ahmad can come back on time, to be honest, because he could be our savior at that moment. But yeah, I mean, Bilbao, this is going to be the toughest test.
Anthony at Real Betis, what the fuck?
Good. Keep it up. Keep it up. Amazing. Keep it up, Anthony.
How do you guys ruin players?
Can he
Like-
play against you? Can he play against you?
No.
He's in
we're
the
not-
fucking conference,
he's in the
Wolfie.
Conference League. Yeah.
Oh
You bum.
shit! Sorry.
Yeah, he can play against Tottenham, bro.
If
You
I
play
don't know
against
what you
Chelsea
guys-
Lewis over here.
I don't know what in
If-
this
I-
I've
Space
been
Jam
streaming
you
for like
guys do.
7 hours, bro. Right?
I don't know
Little
what
leniency.
Space Jam type.
I've
I
done
don't
the
know
same. I
what Space
promise you.
Jam type situation you guys have going on at Manchester United, but players come there and you guys just suck the absolute like ability out of them.
I recorded a short earlier
Let me
on,
say
Egal.
this
I
too,
said
though.
if United sign Cunha, it's a fantastic signing. But if I'm advising Cunha, I will say don't go there. No banter. I'm being serious. Like that club has been the graveyard of so many talented players. Paul Pogba was in the World 11. Went there, bum. Falcao, Di Maria. I could bring up so Lukaku even was
Alexis
rated.
Sanchez.
Alexis
Sure,
Sanchez.
but 1 second. Paul Pogba, yes, he was a bum at United, but at the time he was still at United, he was lifting World Cups with France. He just didn't. He didn't
Paul
fall
Pogba
as a
was not a
player.
bum.
Like,
Okay,
Let's
you
not
ruined
lie.
his
he's not a
club
bum.
career.
He's not a
Happy?
bum. At
You don't
United,
want-
yes, I hear that. At
I
United,
think
yes, I
Man
hear that.
United. I think no banter or anything at all. Man United have a directional issue. It seems like every other day there's different direction they're going in, manager wise, recruitment wise, signings wise. We don't know what they're gonna bring in and why they're bringing them in. They brought in Rasmus Højlund for what? To be a project striker. They already want to get rid of him. They brought in what's it called? That new guy that they got, Carlito looking hair. I forgot his name. Zersky. And he's not a striker either. He's like a false 9. And then he's gonna probably end up leaving soon too, because you guys aren't gonna get the best out of him. You want Gyökeres.
Money
Gyökeres
Mounts. Money Mounts. Let's not forget Money Mounts.
Gyökeres looking at you guys as not wanting to come. Mason Mount, I don't know why you signed him. He fell off a cliff and he's never been
Thank
fit
you, though.
since
Sir
you signed
Eric.
him.
All because of
You
that
wanna get
idiot
rid of-
fucking-
You want to get rid of players like Sancho and Rashford, but guess what? They go into majority teams, they improve right away because it's not a coincidence that these guys, when they go into a system or a place where they can play their game to their strengths, they get better results. I don't think you guys play your players to their strengths, and when you guys do have players that you try to play to your strengths, your fans hate them, like Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba. It's weird.
Yeah,
Now,
I mean,
Egal,
a
what
lot
you
of the
said
things
that-
that you did say in there are true. Like, yes, I beef with my fan base most of the time because of the things that they do say.
He does.
Literally,
He
I
does.
do. I beef with my
I
fan base
promise
most
you
of
he
the time.
does. I
I-
know. If
Egal-
he said anything else, I would have caught him. Because I know you beef your own fan base.
I do. I
know.
beef my own fan base. There are people in my fan base who told me at the start of the season that we were going to score 89 goals. This was with Eric Ten Hag.
Hold
And
that
when
thing.
I said there, I've said this on stream. You can literally pull up the clip. I said at the start of the season we are going to score 45 goals this season in the Premier League. Guess what we're sitting at right now? with 5 games left to play. 38. So I'm on par for my prediction. And I said this with Ten Hag.
But where are you going to get 7 goals from?
That's the thing, though, is like I don't even think we're gonna get 7 goals from. So I think it's gonna be even probably less than that. We're probably gonna score by probably 40 or 42. That's what I would say. But everyone called me crazy. Everyone told me that, oh, I'm just a crazy American who doesn't know what he's talking about. But I'm telling you as straight up as it is. What Egal said is perfect. This squad right now is failed recruitment from 2 years. And now we're just facing the repercussions of it. We haven't gone out there and got another striker since Højlund's really come through. Whether you want to agree that Xerxes is a striker or not, he's more of a 10. And we've figured that out. Ruben's figured that out. He's not clinical in front of goal. So the only other striker that we have at the club currently is Højlund. We have another one, I'll tell you as well. Cheeto Obi Martin, who we signed in January, the youth player from Arsenal. Don't play him for whatever reason.
You have another option also.
Bruno as a false 9. Play Bruno as a false 9.
I'd bring him as his best striker.
Play Harry Maguire up top.
Yeah, I mean,
you guys just cross the ball into the box anyways.
Towards the end of in those type of situations for sure. Like that's what it's technically it's become.
Fucking him that scored that goal, bro.
Can I just tell you all a stat about Højlund?
His biggest game threat to win them a game at the end of the games.
Yeah.
Tell us about
still needs to go. Still needs to go. Let me tell you all this crazy stuff about Højlund. This guy Højlund has played 28 matches this season. He started 19 of them. He has only 9 shots on target. Can you name me a worse striker than this? Genuinely.
Christopher Nkunku.
Christopher Nkunku, I bet you he has more GNA than Højlund.
Darwin Núñez is worse.
Yeah, but you put Højlund in the
not worse than
Højlund.
We're not doing this.
All I gotta say is Mika Moreno.
Darwin Núñez is not worse than Højlund.
League and still goes for 60 minutes.
You will watch Darwin Núñez and still see a shot on target from him between 2 games. I've gone 4 to 5 games without seeing a shot on target from my striker. I've not seen it.
Jackson versus Højlund versus Nkunku.
Then people,
no, Jackson's better than Højlund. It's not that bad.
People try to tell me that he's a decoy. He tries to make decoy
get
runs.
To this from December.
Bro, you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of Pepe at times because he will try to beat his man after he's already beaten his man.
Who?
Højlund.
Yeah. But where have you even seen him? Where have you even seen him beat a man?
The point of this,
I think he means beat up his man. Up his man.
I've not even seen
him. You see the point of sitting like this after long streams? See the point now?
Bro, Vahari, man, khalas. Can I just give you guys
on the weekend?
Can I ask you all a question genuinely, just to wrap things up, because I don't want to keep anyone for.
Can I just add one stat, please?
We spoke about United. We spoke about United. Okay. How do you guys feel about Liverpool winning number 20 now? Khalas, like it's 1 win away. Reality is sinking in.
Fuck you guys.
Let Egal start, because I feel like Egal will be the fucking villain here. Go ahead.
Egal's still puff now.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Nobody really is too invested on Liverpool winning anymore.
So what are you saying? Liverpool not relevant? Is that what you're saying?
It's so.
Wait, Egal, you're saying Liverpool not relevant?
It's such old news.
He's fallen.
And I'm not gonna lie to you. Culturally, taking up headspace. I think more people care about Arsenal not winning, Chelsea fucking up top 4. There's just so many other things that people are worried about at this moment in time because
we got a new agenda
that Liverpool are going to win it to the point where now it's like anticlimactic. Liverpool win it, congratulations. People are going to clap for you, but it's not like this granular celebration. When you won it on the club originally the first time, that even though it was post-COVID, that was more of a bigger deal. Right now, it's just like, hey, good job. And I don't even think it's
disingenuous. That's disingenuous.
Hey, good job.
Because that's not the.
Am I lying?
Yeah, you are lying.
I mean,
you're not lying about it. You're lying about the reasons about it. You're lying about the reasons about it. Liverpool, no one cares now because they won it in January. Let's be real here. Okay, it's been 3-4 months.
Read, Mr. Egal, as Wolfie's talking. Go ahead, Wolfie.
It's been 3-4 months, man. It's done. Okay, I would say more people are watching Forest games right now than Liverpool games. Not because Liverpool are relevant, because khalas, man, that's done. That's done. The title got done. That's it. Now, does that make them irrelevant?
All season, we've been hearing more about why Arsenal are not.
Okay, let me give you the best example. Okay, in Formula 1, when Max Verstappen ran away with every race, when they were showing the race, were they showing Max Verstappen on the camera, or were they showing the battle between second and third and the overtakes between fourth and fifth? They were showing the battles there. Okay. But the bottom line is the winner is the winner. When he crosses the line, the camera goes to him. That's it. You can't disrespect what Liverpool have done just because they've done it early. And it doesn't matter that right now it's an irrelevancy. That's because they did it so well. You have to have to give them the respect.
No,
I'm not even defending Liverpool,
I'm not
but
taking
honestly,
respect away. I'm just saying it's not being given as much attention as a league title team usually.
Because you want to know why?
Max Verstappen example.
You want to know why? Because your club are
because you're the one who's finishing second. That's why you're saying.
Yeah,
that.
it's your fault. It's your fault.
Yeah, you're the one who's finishing
It's because
second.
the league's
to them.
been done from time ago. It's not
It's
a bad
from time
thing. It's
ago.
not anything to
Exactly.
like talk down on Liverpool.
What, did you
for
want it to be like a race till the final day and then they win it and then you'd be like, okay, Liverpool actually did something? But no, it's just more.
The
so
only
that
thing
they
I'll say
got
where
it done a
Egal's
while
got
ago.
anything on that is like, I do think a lot of people have just come to terms with it and just like, yeah, Liverpool's
Yeah,
winning.
people just accepted it. That's it.
Yeah. He's said it in a way that's a bit more shameless, but like there is a little bit of truth to it.
Do
Me
anyone
personally, I'm
expect
fine with
Chelsea-
it. No Arsenal winning
Does
the
anyone
league. You
expect
do your
Chelsea
thing.
to
Have a
win the
guard
league
of
next
honor.
season?
I'm fine with
Hey,
it.
but
Does
Lewis,
anyone
we win the
expect
Champions League,
Chelsea-
you're fucked.
1 second. Does anyone expect Chelsea to win
Big
the
if.
league?
Big if, man. I promise you, I'm not worried about it at all.
Does anyone expect Chelsea to win the league next season?
No.
No.
Oh
Perfect.
God, please.
I agree.
Seriously,
I agree. 1
properly.
second. But there's a reason why I'm asking that.
I know what you're
So
getting. I
next
know what you're getting
season-
to. Yeah, I know what you're
Next
getting to.
season in February, if Chelsea are 20 points ahead, are we going to say it's an irrelevant league win in April just because everyone accepts it?
Oh, all of our league wins were like that. We walk the league most of the time.
No, but
That's
Lewis, he's being disingenuous. We can't compare Chelsea at this moment in time to Husam's Liverpool last year, who challenged.
I'm not
almost
Yes,
making
you
that
can because you
comparison.
expected
I'm
Arsenal
talking
to
about
finish ahead of Man City to win the
Yeah,
league.
you expected
Yes,
Arsenal
you
No,
can.
to
because
finish
he's
with
saying
Liverpool
from like third
as
to
well.
first, where with us it could be sixth to first or some shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it's not-
talking
it's
about
not- it's
winning
not a
the
fair
league
comparison.
early, Egal. Winning the league early. That's the point.
Egal. Listen,
Where
right?
did you have Liverpool at the start of the season?
I had them to win it, by the way. I had them to win it.
Third?
Third? I
Kadab.
Yeah.
I had them around third. I wasn't sure about slot.
think I had him at third too.
I had them
Bro,
first.
even
That's
I
also why
had
it's
them
more
third.
impressive
Liverpool
I had
because
Chelsea
no one
fourth.
really
I had
thought
Chelsea
slot
fourth.
would
I
come
had
in
them
and just
first. I've shown you some. I did have Chelsea
I
second.
was the
So
most
look, you
wrong.
Lewis, you fucked me over.
I was the
And-
most wrong about Man United. I had Man United fifth.
I had them
Same.
ninth. I had
Same,
them
by the
ninth.
way. I was so
I don't know
wrong
why
about
you guys
Man
had us fifth. I don't know why you
I
guys
had you
put us
ninth.
fifth.
I had you ninth.
I'll be
Yeah,
honest with you,
Wolfie-
I'm revising this
Wolfie.
whole United thing next season, bro. Inshallah, when I do the predictions, I ain't even
No,
gonna have
because
them.
you
at
actually
top
went and
7.
got two center backs. You went and got like a midfielder.
Yeah, but we got rid of Sancho and didn't bring in any other attackers, and we
Yeah.
still kept a
And-
Hoyland.
and
Yeah, but
they had
see,
that
in
fraud
the
in
summer,
charge.
in the summer, no one expected. Here's what no one expected. No one expected Spurs to be 16th. No one expected Man United to be 14th. No one expected Liverpool to win the league.
Carry
are all
on.
sweeping-
No one expected Man City
no one
to
expected-
These are
fight
all
to win
else.
it.
sweeping
No one
general-
expected Man
these are
City
all
to drop
No one
off.
sweeping
expected Nottingham
Yeah.
Forest.
guys.
Thank you.
These are all sweeping generalizing statements, but I'm talking about the 99.5% of people. I'm
Yeah.
talking about like the majority of people.
See, now
No
you're
one would
being
expect-
shameless.
What?
No one expected Forest to be in the top three.
Yeah,
Why are you
of
not
course,
saying that?
no one
Okay, so
expected
say
Forest
it.
to be in the-
Say it.
No, 100%. I'm still going. No one
No one
expected Forest
expected
to
Man
be-
Yes, I
City to
did
fall
know.
off.
These
Wolfie-
four things,
Wolfie, where'd you have
99.5% of people did not expect.
Where'd you have Forest this season? At the
Me,
start of the
eight.
So
season,
everyone
yeah.
had Forest
Eight.
like fucking 14th, 13th shit like
You
that.
see, Forest is the bigger talking point right now than the league title winners.
That's true. That's
Because
true.
there is
But
a
you-
fucking race, Egal.
exactly.
Yeah, so
Egal,
it's more
bro.
relevant.
Listen,
But do you
Listen.
think it's also because the league's been wrapped up a long time ago?
100%.
That also.
Egal,
I
you
don't
have to
think
be
it's
fair.
worse.
It's
showed
going to be
you-
the bigger talking
I
point
literally
because the
just
league's already
you
wrapped
want to
up.
know what pisses me off about Egal, Yahi? Sometimes you show him proof and he still says the same shit even after he sees proof. Once
No,
again,
it's not
let-
even
let-
that.
let's-
It's not
let
even
me
that.
Egal,
read
you made
this out to the-
him get up from his
Let me read
chair.
this out to the people. Liverpool Football
He's
Club, most
uncomfortable now.
watched. Let me speak. Liverpool most watched Premier League team in 24-25 and tops to 100 million social media followers. Liverpool officially are the most watched team in the Premier League so far, as the Reds continue to break independent global audience records. Independent data released recently by Nielsen revealed that the Reds reached a cumulative TV audience of 133.8 million followers.
How many were in America and the Far East?
More than any other club in the division. LFC claimed the top spot in Central and South America, Europe, and the MENA region. The growth in broadcast audiences is a continuation of last season when Liverpool were officially the most watched team globally in the Premier League with a cumulative audience of 471 million for all
how long is
38
this
top
article?
highlight games.
But you want to
So
know something,
Liverpool are biggest and relevant right now.
Hussam, you want to know something? Culturally, Liverpool is not talked about like that. Let's be real.
Culturally,
That is
where?
true.
In your circles?
No, like let's be honest.
Because that's what
Social media,
culturally in
social
the
media,
MENA region,
social media.
culturally in the-
before you won the Klopp League title, Liverpool wasn't talked about that much. Before you
Egal,
won the
Egal.
Klopp League title.
Liverpool is not.
Like,
Liverpool is not
590.
talked about like that.
Before you won the Champions League, you mean?
Champions League, sorry, Champions League. Before
Yeah.
you won the Champions League, yeah, Liverpool weren't.
Yeah,
yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
talked
let's
about
be honest. Liverpool is a big club, one of the biggest clubs in this league, one of the biggest clubs in the world. But honestly, culturally, you're not spoken about as much because Liverpool kind of
Culturally,
like
which culture? Which
because
culture?
Liverpool is kind of in their own shell. You guys don't really let other people speak about your club that much.
First of all, that's total horse shit because
It's
I'm
not.
Hussam from Jordan on 50,000 subscribers. So that tells you that we can allow
Flex,
people to speak.
Flex.
I literally do like 2 Liverpool shows a week. The rest is all with
Congratulations.
rivals. Second of all, when
Yes.
you're talking about culturally, please only talk about your own circle. Don't make broad statements. Because ever since Salah moved to Liverpool, I have the entirety of the Middle East and North Africa watching Liverpool Football Club.
That's not true. Libya hates
Liverpool
Egypt.
Football Club are the most watched club in East Asia, and that's the reason why we always get the 12:30 kickoffs. It's a Premier League official report.
Well, you
The reason
use
why
that
we-
like it's a trophy, man. I'm so sick of you saying that line. I've backed
Okay,
you on a lot of
okay,
stuff, man.
okay,
But you're
Wolfie,
repeating
Wolfie,
the same.
Okay, Wolfie,
You're repeating the same sound bites, man.
Wait 1 second. What's Egal's argument? Trophy or relevancy?
No, Egal is being shameless. That's what he's
I'm
doing.
responding to his point by talking about the relevancy.
Yeah, but he's being
The
shameless.
reason why we're watched in Central America and South America is because 10 years ago we had Luis Suarez. Now we got Darwin Núñez. We've got the Colombian captain. We've got Alisson Becker. Before that we had Firmino and Coutinho. Like there's a reason why people it's like me saying Mane moving to Liverpool does not increase the amount of Liverpool fans in Senegal. That's so dumb. Of course it does. So when you're
One
talking about
second.
culturally, you're talking about your own circles. You're not talking about your own-
Hussam, can we acknowledge Manchester United is the most popular club globally, right?
Biggest club in
it-
the
it's
world.
close, but I still think they're
Okay, so
number
we
one.
agree on that,
Biggest club in
right?
the world.
Would you say it's fair to say Arsenal and Chelsea are a lot closer to Man United than Liverpool?
See?
Sorry, Arsenal
Wolfie?
and Chelsea is it Arsenal
In terms
and
of what?
Chelsea, Arsenal and Chelsea, and the gap between Arsenal and Chelsea to Man United, and the gap
Mhm.
between Liverpool and them is a lot closer. So we're closer to you than you
What?
can say you're closer to Man United.
Okay, Lewis is a Chelsea fan. He'll tell you right now the statement you just made is wrong. You're not closer to Liverpool than us
Lewis
to Man
ain't
United.
listening, man. I don't blame him.
So you think
Yeah, I don't
Liverpool?
agree with that
But
too.
we're not close to Liverpool at all.
There you go.
I
Chelsea
wish,
fan
but-
in the flesh.
Egal, the thing here.
Us and
right,
Liverpool are in our own league, to be
If
honest.
we're talking
Yeah,
starting 11s, I
We're in
do
our
think
own
we're a
league.
few players off competing.
I'm not talking about
There's like
starting
a big
11.
drop off.
I'm talking about
because you were gassing
No,
I'm
he's
on,
talking about
man.
like
Lewis,
club
Lewis,
size and relevancy.
Lewis,
and
I'm
shit.
talking
Relevance.
about
Oh,
I'm talking about
so wonder.
influence.
Liverpool and United are in their own
influence
tier.
and
They're in
popularity.
their own tier. Yeah. We're in
Influence
our
and
own tier.
popularity. You don't think Arsenal's in the same mix with Liverpool?
Habibi,
No.
I've got China,
Influence
South
of
Korea,
Aye.
Philippines, Vietnam,
You
Cambodia,
don't think
Malaysia,
Chelsea and Arsenal's
Indonesia.
in the same
Do
category?
you know that a country like Indonesia has 6 Liverpool
I'd be
supporters?
so real. I'd have Liverpool United in their own section, and then
Thank you.
Arsenal
That's what
first.
I'm
Thank you.
saying. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's
I
what I'm
agree
saying
with
too.
that.
Mhm.
You cannot
Sorry.
compare yourself to
Not
Liverpool.
saying
Yeah,
that you'll
the
never
two biggest
catch up.
clubs in
Not
England is
saying that you'll
different.
never catch up.
It's
Yeah,
different.
but it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, Egal.
I'll
Like,
give
let me
Liverpool
give
United,
you
the
that.
Liverpool
market.
is still
I'll
always
I'll
the
give
biggest
Liverpool the
game.
Scandinavian market, but Africa is run by Arsenal and Chelsea, man.
Okay,
Don't Liverpool? Don't Liverpool always have the Asian
that's-
market? That's why you get the 12-30s
Thank
all the time.
you. Stock numbers now,
Okay.
Habibi.
No, I
'cause
did
I've
say they have the
remember
Asian
hearing about
market.
All right, but
Okay,
Egal,
what's the population of the Asian market? Like you're just pushing
this
it
is
to the
crazy
side, like-
shit,
Yeah, I
man.
get it.
The Asian market, like it's just like about 500 million people. That's it. So let's just brush that to the side.
Okay.
See, Egal, this is the
Shout out
problem.
Sava. Yeah, you guys got Korea. You guys got Korea on lock.
Yes, Korea belongs to one club, Sava.
that's true.
Here's the thing:
That is true.
Asia, most supported Premier League club is Liverpool. South America, same. Colombian captain, Uruguayan connection, Brazilian connections. North America and Africa are split. Africa, Arsenal and Chelsea have more fans. I acknowledge that. I'll never deny that. But as an
Egypt's
example,
not in Africa. Egypt's not in Africa.
It makes sense that Egypt has more Liverpool fans. That's nothing crazy. Like,
Soon to
because
be City too.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Middle
saying.
East is a lot of City too. Yeah, Middle East.
Anyway, let me just read
Are we
these
about
super
to take
chats.
over
Egal.
Brazil with Santos and Esther? Wow.
Now we've taken Brazil over. My Forest have got a big following in Brazil with all
Now
our
we
Brazilians.
can
Murillo
both bring
and all
Ronaldinho
those
back
guys.
to
Bro,
watching Brazil.
My point is, if Man United have 160
What about
million
Murillo
fans
and that?
and Liverpool have 120, Arsenal and Chelsea are sitting at like 110.
Okay, is that gonna win you a fucking Champions League?
No,
Is that
I'm
gonna win you a Champions League? Bro,
guys are
man, you're
being
just
idiots.
spinning around in pointless
I'm not
Egal,
circles,
what's the
man.
point though? If you're
I'm talking
110,
about-
if we're
I'm talking
120, well,
One
who
second.
who
I'm simply
cares?
talking about pure numbers of global.
You're simply
popularity.
talking shit, bro. Come on.
I think global popularity, Arsenal and Chelsea are a lot closer to Liverpool than Liverpool are to Man United.
All right, Egal.
That's not
Okay, I
true.
guess because
Everyone
everyone
pick and run in my eyes.
it's because
Fuck it.
everyone wants to see you lose. That's why everyone watches you.
No, I'm
Arsenal
talking
all
about
the
our
time.
fans.
We
Forget
know
about.
it's the biggest.
I'm
We
talking
know it's
about
the biggest
supporters,
meltdown
let
ever.
alone-
Like
I'm
that's why
talking
we
about
all watch
supporters,
you.
let alone. I'm not talking about rivals.
Egal,
Egal
what-
doesn't know simple
Egal,
stuff.
what's the point? What's the point of this though? That's what I'm.
Liverpool are
trying to
Thank
literally
you.
taking fucking
Global
China.
global fan base, and like social media and all that. Man United is the biggest.
Thank
I
you.
would say Liverpool are
appreciate that.
second, but I would say the gap. I would say the gap between Liverpool and Arsenal and Chelsea is so close compared to the gap between Liverpool and Man United. It's actually probably double or triple.
You know what you sound like? You
still
sound
don't
like
know
an
what the
Arsenal
point is,
fan
okay?
talking
All right.
about.
I'm just strictly speaking about.
Okay, Arsenal are close to
Forget it.
Liverpool.
Honestly,
United
no,
in terms
man.
Forget it. Forget
possi- in terms of
This,
popularity.
this is the
Well,
problem. This
It's
is the
pointless
problem
conversation.
with Arsenal
Guys,
fans.
listen, let me just read these super
No,
chats. We can
I'm
end
sorry,
this
it's the
thing.
problem.
Hey,
They
okay,
want validation, man. They
me-
want validation on the pitch. Now he wants validation on numbers on the fucking fans they have,
Forget
man.
about it. Forget
Me and
about it.
Hussam get 20 likes, you get 10 likes. Cool. Happy? It's cool. That's what you're trying to say, right?
Bro, my point is, forget it.
Yes. Big up to Jack House says nobody cares about Liverpool winning the league, guys. Right, guys. Nobody cares, right? Nobody cares, guys. Can people hear me, right, guys? That's what Jack is saying.
So you're a Liverpool
Obviously,
fan, I
taking
assume.
the piss.
Yo, Hussam.
Jack's a Liverpool fan. Yeah, Jack's a Liverpool fan, so he's just taking the piss. I'm sorry
I'm
to
gonna have to
disappoint
go,
you,
bro.
Gal.
I'm gonna tell you this. My game, there's not much to talk about. We won the game 4-0.
No, we're not going to talk about your game. I'm just going to end this with this super
Yeah.
chats. Newcastle have 59 points and have 3 home games left, and people think they ain't getting top 5. Lol. And they have Ipswich next. It's a valid opinion to
They
have.
play
You can say
Brighton, they
Newcastle.
play Arsenal.
Remember,
Let's talk
Hussam
about
said
the
they're
teams
not
that they're
getting
playing
it.
too.
Hussam
Can we
said.
mention
Yeah,
that?
I did say that. I said
I
Newcastle.
remember Hussam last week said Forest weren't getting it. I wonder who will say next week.
I might change. I might say Arsenal. are
You're
not getting it.
fucking
Big up to you.
shameless, bro. You're
To be fair,
fucking
I have changes as
shameless.
well. Because it changes every
Changes.
single week.
Bro,
Yeah,
the difference
it does.
between 3rd and 7th is 3 points, and you're angry because I'm changing my opinion.
Mm.
Come on.
Less
Come
than 1%. Less than 1%.
AFC versus Madrid was talked about more than the LFC entire. Once again, that's not true because I just showed you that the most watched Premier League club is Liverpool Football Club, official source with 3 different sources from 5 regions of the world. So you can't just make shit up, Leo.
I
Like,
can't believe someone paid a super chat to get validation. I mean, that's Arsenal fans for you.
That's crazy. Egal uses Twitter X as a parameter of popularity. Yeah, this is like, who has more Twitter followers? Who gives a fuck? How does that measure who's actually watched? Guess what? You don't know why we don't have as many Twitter followers? Because they don't have fucking Twitter in China. They've got their own motherfucking app. So that alone is 1 billion people who could be fucking following me that are not following me. So what can I do? You get me? So yeah, big up to you, Jack. Big up to Netweed who says 20 years of fasting does damage, Egal, whatever you say. Netweed's an Arsenal fan as well, and you've shamed him. Can you imagine? That's crazy, blood.
What the hell are you talking about? 20 years of fasting.
But what you been talking about for the last 20 minutes?
From titles. Fasting from titles, yeah, not fasting like Ramadan.
Yeah,
so
you're
don't
talking
I thought you meant Ramadan as
This guy
well.
trying to get him cancelled, bro. He's talking about fasting for the league.
He's talking
yeah.
about title drops.
Astaghfirullah, man. What did he do 20 years before?
Egal's Canadian mindset work. That is like,
Okay,
let me
Nah,
it's
tell
okay,
I was
no
thinking
worries.
same as the girl, man. I was like, what's he
What
saying?
is he talking about?
It took me time to clock it too. I read it in the chat.
Anyway, guys, listen, we got wrapped up here. Shik TV, Carefree Lewis G, Vator Games TV,
Chills.
America. Forest Fan TV and Egal Talks Football in the description. Go give them all a subscribe. Subscribe to this channel as well. 50K, baby. Let's go. Big up to all of you guys.
Congratulations, bro. Congratulations. Well
Appreciate
deserved.
you. Thank you.
Well deserved.
Please do like and subscribe to this channel as well. And this stream is going to take you over to Sarkhan City TV because fuck it, they're live. So why not? So go tell Flawless that we're raiding him. Love you all. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow, inshallah. Samek Stomachs Kopish. Peace.
Peace.